Go.
Alright, how's it going, guys? It's MetaGamesGX here. This is going to be my deck profile / tournament report for my first IRL Edison tournament. Took Blackwings. I made a recent deck profile, but this build's a tiny bit different, kind of cut it around the edges. I went undefeated, first place, had 4 rounds of Swiss, top 4. I will go over my pairings, I guess, after the deck profile and then explain what happened. I went undefeated, but a lot of my games went to 2-1, so, you know, there were some things that I would probably edit in this deck profile, but we'll just get into it. So it was a 12-person tournament, and yeah, I didn't play the same deck. Like, every matchup was a different matchup. I thought Blackwings was the best deck going into it. At least with me piloting it, it was either this or lightsworn, and I wasn't feeling confident with lightsworn, so I just went for Blackwings. So we'll just get into the monsters as a 40-card main deck. So first 3 monsters, Sirocco the Dawn. This is like the best card in the deck. It's like the it's the Cyber Dragon. I mean, whenever I resolved this card with Black Whirlwind, I was basically winning the game because you can search out the Gale and then make Stardust, and against certain decks like Gemini Hero, it's just completely broken. I think this is the best Blackwing, honestly, over Shura. In certain matchups. 3 Shura, Speak of the Devil. This card's great. A lot of people got tripped up on this card and would basically get rid of this card. And, I mean, it's a great card. I was always making advantage, but a lot of the times I wouldn't be able to do the special summon. I mean, a lot of times it would. It's just a great card. It puts a lot of pressure on. And it's a great Black Whirlwind target. Not really much to explain there. 3 Sirocco. Or Bore the Spear. It's just really good. The piercing damage came out a lot, and it was pretty good. Just, I mean, it's really just another name, and you only run it because you can special summon it, and it's a good Black Whirlwind target. So, 3 Colutes. This card is crazy. This card just gets over all your issues. It's the reason why I went to 1 after this format. So yeah. It's also 1400, so you can search out this guy if you need to, which is your best top deck. If you have no cards and a bunch of cards in graveyard, this is the one card you want to see. I never top decked it today, but it was always a card I'd have in my hand, and I would make plays that would basically, like, I know I would have an Icarus attack, so I would save this in my hand for next turn. I would Icarus attack and then get rid of their field, and then just, you know, do this for rank 6 synchro without my opponent doing anything. This card's just like MVP. This card's also MVP. Whirlwind. This card single-handedly won me a lot of my matchups, just searching it off of Black Whirlwind and synchroing with Sirocco into a Stardust Dragon. Like, that just wins you the matchup against heroes and other matchups. It's also just, like, good to make a 7. And then Bayou, of course. This card is kind of interesting because I ran the 2 Dark Greffers. I was running 3 in the last profile because I thought I would want to go for more, because it's really easy to OTK if you just have, like, Dark Greffer plus this, plus a Sirocco, or just, like, any other Blackwing, and then if you just have Dad, it's just game, essentially, from there. Like, if you draw if you draw these 3 cards, you win. So, Dark Greffer I went down to 3, though, or 2, because it gets really cloggy, and honestly, it was kind of cloggy here. I think I would cut about 3 of these cards. Like, that's from the main deck. These are the only cards I would cut. Maybe in, like, a less back row heavy meta, but right now, like, everyone's running, like, a set forward pass. Like, it's Blackwing meta, but
In Edison.
I mean, yeah, but even though the locals, there was no other Blackwing player besides the guy who had Vayu Turbo, but the only games I lost were when I drew, like, like 2 Vayus or, like, 2 Greffers, basically.
Something you wanted to search.
Yeah, like, I'd run 1 Greffer and then, like, 2 Vayu, but maybe I think I'm gonna go down to 1 Vayu, 1 Greffer, 1 Dark Arm Dragon. Every time I resolved this card, I won 3 games off of this card. I won.
Beautiful. Gold rare.
Yeah, thank you, Ben. This is your you gave this to me. This is my old one, though, funny enough, but this
nice.
card won me so many games today. It's just an insane card. Like, it's the best card in the main deck. Spells, one-ofs, Brain Control, Allure, MST, Trunade, Heavy Storm. These are just staples. You have to run them. 2 Black Whirlwind, super standard. You have you can only run 2. It's a really good pressure card. So you start building up your advantage, and your opponent is forced to get rid of this card. So you're able to like invest in your other back rows, like your traps, when you're in just any turn you draw that any game you start this card, you win.
It's a very gross card. So it's semi-limited during.
Yeah, it's semi-limited. Yeah, just because.
And this
you can't
was
search it.
limited, right?
Yeah, these are
all the mirror
these are my
force.
one-offs.
Yeah.
Traps.
Bottomless.
Torrential, Solemn,
Such
and
classics.
then Starlight Road. I want to talk about this separately.
Sure.
But these were all incredible. I think I wouldn't cut the Solemn. It's just way too good to... I denied a Torrential Tribute in the match with it, which was really good. There's another Bottomless, I guess.
Yeah, too, nice.
Bottomless actually kind of underperformed today because a lot of decks were just like playing like beat stick decks, or just not really a lot.
Sure, they played around the banish.
Yeah, a lot of people just play around Bottomless. I remember game 2 against Agents, I got Mirror Force. Like my whole board got Mirror Force, or my game 1, I literally had like 4 monsters. I got Mirror Force, which like really sucks. So this card's crazy. I don't want to cut it.
Yeah.
Trap Duchy, I just cut game 2. It's a really good card. And then Starlight Road won me three rounds. This card's insane.
Yeah.
I might run 2, honestly.
Is such a good one.
Because like every deck runs Torrential Tribute, Mirror Force, Heavy Storm. So
having that
playing Black Rose or JD,
playing Stardust immediately. Is
and what's insane about this card I found out is you don't have to summon the Stardust. You can just negate everything and destroy it, and you don't have to. Yeah, it's optional.
Wow.
So I only run 1 Stardust in certain matchups. You only want to go into Stardust, so like
you don't want to use it right away sometimes.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's cool.
I thought I like misplayed the one game when I Starlight Road. I was like, oh shit, my only Stardust is in the graveyard, and like that's why I don't think you have to run 2 unless you run 2 Starlights.
Right.
3 Aggressive Attack. This card's insane.
Very nice.
I was thinking about running Phoenix Wind Blast, but this card just gets rid of 2 cards, and also it's insane because you just do, like I mentioned before, like you can just tribute off of IU, just up graveyard, and then also like other cards. It's just the best card in the deck, honestly, or one of the best trap. Also, like when your opponent like bottomlesses you can just like Icarus attack and then destroys field, and make him go like nag like a billion. And then 2 D prisons. I would add another D prison plus 2 Book of Moon.
Sure.
Over the 2 Gruffers plus 1 value. This card was insane today. I just got rid of so many problem cards, and I wish I had more. I just don't own more copies.
Very nice removal.
Extra deck. Chimera Tech, didn't see any machines today, but I know they could be ran. So I think someone was running machines, so this would have came up if I went against him, but I didn't.
Very cool card, but
yeah. Because we run Cyber in the side. Then Mistworm, never summoned this card. It's kind of hard to summon this deck, but if I did, it would have probably done a lot. Star's Dragon. This card was probably my MVP synchro of the day, besides like Black Rose. I want to get an ulti or a nicer version, but it did a lot. Like against heroes, like I mentioned before, it won the matchup. When there's multiple back row, it's just like a 50-50 if Stardust will win you the game from then on, because they could have just like bottomless or just other destroy stuff. Also, it gets around MST and Heavy Storm, so it's just a crazy card. I kind of want to run 2, honestly. So that would be another addition to the side deck. Other 2 level 8s. This was never made. This card's insane against like a Stardust, but it's kind of hard to go into 8s. So like if you're making an 8, it's like if there's a Stardust, you make this on the field on your opponents. If not, you make this. So this was a SJC prize card. Like so people didn't really get to not the version I had, but like in this format, not many people ran it because of that, which was interesting. But it has a really good effect because it sends to the graveyard, so it gets around the Stardust. And then also my last level 8, it's just this guy. I never summoned him. He's really hard to summon. He requires 1 Blackwing tuner plus 2 monsters, and it's a level 8. So it's like more or less a value target, but it's kind of hard to. I don't even know how you make it with value. I just like. I don't know. I need to play it. Maybe I like made some misplays, but this card's just like always escapes me.
More about the 7s.
Black Rose, the best synchro on the extra deck, besides a few other ones. This thing was crazy. I only resolved it one, or I didn't even resolve it. I got Solemn Warning, but like it's really good to force. No, I did. I think I wiped the board one. This card's just insane. I think I actually did summon it a few times.
Very, very nice during the format. Original Exiton.
Yeah, and then these guys. I mean, they're kind of like value targets essentially.
Look at the ulti.
Yeah, not bad card.
Beautiful.
Can't be destroyed. It's kind of a wall.
Very nice.
I don't know. I don't ever end on him. He's kind of like a value target.
Yeah.
Level 6s, generics, Brio and Goyo, best cards. I made Goyo once. I made Brio once. Both times they put in really a lot of work.
Yeah, and this was post-errata or pre-errata for
Embryonic,
right?
Yeah, so and what's insane is you have Prio, so like when you summon and like you bombless, I can Prio, like dump my hand, flip the field, so it's really good.
That's ridiculous.
And Goyo is pre-errata too, so 2 Armed Wing, I made these cards just off of IU and never made it not Vayu. It's okay card, I guess. It's really good for OTKs. That's why I have Vayu's in here, plus the Greffer, just to go for OTKs. Put pressure on the field. It like Vayu plus Greffer was the only matchup I was glad I had. Like the 2 Vayus plus 2 Greffers was Hero. Every other deck I was kind of like, this card's really weak and doesn't do much in the matchup, so I would have preferred traps that actually got rid of my opponent's field.
Sure.
2 level 5s, Magical Android, Catastor, never made either of them, but this card's really good. I could have made Catastor once, but I think they were just better.
Good for the mirror.
It's really good, but like someone made Catastor against me, I just like freaking like.
Or good against the lightsworn, right? Because it's anti-light.
Yeah, it's good against like basically anything that's not dark, right? Yeah. Side deck, 2 Cyber Dragons. I sided them in basically any game going second. Because it's just a good pressure beat stick. Also, it's interesting because you can special this normal Blackwing, then special one of your Blackwings like Bora or the Tuner. So you can like get a level 8 off of him. You can make a Stardust with a Gale. It's kind of nice for synchros.
That's very nice.
2 Dust Tornado. And my main deck these. I kind of wish I had a third. It's just this deck plays the grind game really well. So like. This card really pays off in the mid game where you're just like making sure your opponent can't stop any of your plays, and you lose to certain cards, certain time. The only cards you'll ever lose to are back row. So
of course,
and also obviously Orb, but like Orb, no one played Orb. This there was 2 Lightsworn players. There's an Orb card that basically when it's normal summoned or when it's on the field, no, it can't be or no dark monster can be summoned. So that's why everyone sides it against this deck. So you have to have non-darks basically in your deck. Or
some way to destroy it.
Yeah, that's the only other card.
That makes sense. And then skill drains yourself. You got your own back row.
They're at
your
2
own
in the
floodgates.
side. Yeah, they're at 2. This deck can actually run this, but I don't even know. Like this would be good against Lightsworn.
Yeah,
that's about it. And like maybe my deck too. But I never played the mirror. I played Vayu, and it's not good against Vayu Turbo. I mean, it's okay, but I might side that, or I might like cut that depending. These are my tech, quote unquote, because I don't see anyone ever run 3. This card's insane. Because if you just get rid of Raikou, or
it's a really good card. Gets rid of like basically anything. It was a classic removal.
Yep, it's really good against Lightsworn too because you'll bash all the names, or just like I made my game 1 or my round 1 opponent. I've never seen this before. He resolved Charge of the Light Brigade by Noblement his Raikou. He milled his Lumina or his Lila in his graveyard, and he had no targets to search off of Charge. Because I banished all of his. He only played 4 Lightsworns. I banished them all with Noblement, and then he milled it, and so that was the only neg 1 I've ever seen off of the Charge of the Light Brigade, which was really funny. So this card's just insane.
Absolutely brutal. Yeah, very nice card.
1 Trapstone. I wish I would run 2. It's like it's better than I cut the Dark Bribes because Dark Bribes just a shit card.
This will stop a in effect skill drain, correct? Or no, not a face up one.
Yeah. It's basically negate all other trap cards' effects on the field. So
that's fantastic.
I mean it depends because skill drain might be lingering, but I could be wrong. 2 Compulse. Never side these in. These are dog shit. I'd do like 1 more Trap Stun plus another Dust Tornado. I think. 1 Lightning Storm, Vortex, and side this in once or twice. It's really good against like decks that put up like Fossil Dyna or Thunder King, so I might like actually side in another. It's really like anytime I see this card, it's like super high performance. Like, but I didn't ever see it today.
The OG Lightning Storm, literally. It's called
I wish
Lightning
I had the
Vortex.
And then 2 Royal Oppression. It's really good against Lightsworn. I was maining this, but it's like super bad right now because a lot of the decks don't special summon. It's like a Blackwing heavy meta, but like even in the games I play against, I never missed it because I didn't play against Lightsworn all day.
Yeah.
I guess we'll go.
Something that's cool with that Nobleman because you have the Book of Moon in your
Well, I don't run Book of Moon, but I do want to run Book of Moon.
If you run Book of Moon, then that's a really good.
Oh, that's an interesting.
Noble
Yeah,
Man.
no, I was like I would put in 2 Book of Moon into the main.
Yeah.
Plus one other thing that I mentioned before. So my round matchups were round 1 against I 2-0'd Plant. Round I resolved Dark Arm Dragon the first game, and then the second game I just resolved Starlight Road. So that was a quick 2-0. Shout out to Peruch, he was a great player. First time playing against him too, so I was happy about that. Round 2 was against Insects against TJ. I'm gonna have a deck profile on that either already up or not. I 2-1'd him. Game 1 he just swept me because I didn't know how to play against his deck. It's like a very like basically if you kill any of his monsters, he just like +3s. So like you have to you just have to play around the cards, and when you do, it kind of like falls apart. So round 3 I went against Vayu Turbo 2-1. First game was like a roll. He like never had any back row, so the game felt really easy. I think it went to 2-1. It might have been 2-0, but I think it went 2-1. I thought I was gonna win game 2. Yeah, I thought I was gonna win game 2, and then he just kind of pulled it out. And then game 3, I just won. And then round 4, I was supposed to go against. It was kind of weird because they did the pairings incorrectly, but I technically just got a bye, I think. And then top 4 was Fairy. I went 2-1 against the person, and
Fairy's a tough one.
yeah, he resolved like I kept bricking like that was the one like round that really I was like, oh, I should be cutting these Vayus and stuff like that, because I just kept drawing Vayus and Greffers, and I couldn't do anything against him, and he would always have like really powerful back row. Like he resolved the Mirror Force on like 4 monsters on my field. That lost me round 1, but I came back. He also resolved Orange Light, but he kept like drawing Alchemist, but he never had like anything good. He would never like side Christia or anything like that. So, or he never like resolved Christia.
That's good.
And then the top 2 was against Hero Beat, really cool player. It went to 2-1. I kind of rolled him round 1, and then game 2 he kind of rolled me and just kept like the deck's really good against like. Or Hero Bait's really good at like from preventing your deck from getting oxygen and like any resources, because they keep destroying your monsters. But if you kind of play through it or just like prevent them from doing that, like I think the 2 games I went first, it was just so easy against his deck. Also sometimes like he kept bricking. To be fair, like he only had like Starlight Road, and he had no battle traps, so that or summon traps. Like he didn't have bottomless or
wow.
Torrential Tribute, which
so he bricked pretty hard too.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So 2 games I was able to just make like free Stardust Dragons. He did de-prison the Stardust game 3, but I had other resources to play around him. I had a really good hand. Like I drew really well this tournament, except for round 2, and honestly my top 4 were the only games I kind of drew like shit. But
and even then, still undefeated.
Yeah, so that felt really good because I've been playing Essen for the last month only, and I was testing for this tournament specifically, so won it. And yeah, so thanks for watching.
Very
thanks for
nice.
recording it. Peace out.